Okay, what is breatharianism to me? Because I think, well, of course, breatharianism is just one of those things people don't like to talk about because they just assume what they know what it is. And a lot of times people have misperceptions about things, especially when it's coming from a different culture, and they just interpret it, and it's easier for people to dismiss and attack what they don't understand than accept parts themselves that they don't like, or try to learn about a new culture. It's so much easier to be egocentric and think my way is the only way, and how dare you try to be different, and anything that I don't do doesn't work because that's crazy and blah blah. But I think being egocentric and egocentric mindset is the source of all humanity's problems. So I would like to share with you how I interpret the idea of breatharianism. Okay, so one, I do not think it is just never eating or drinking. Like, that's humans aren't really designed for that. Uh, well, maybe some people, like, I know over time you can slow down your metabolism and your body just adapts to things. So I think a big part of it is just the idea of less is more, or like some people I've heard on the internet say it's a conspiracy that we're eating it all. Humans aren't supposed to be eating, and I don't know about that, but what I do know is that humans definitely aren't supposed to eat as much as we do, as much as, well, most people in high developed nations. Like, uh, most of human history, people weren't able to just walk down the sidewalk and there was gelato on every corner, a gelato stand, and I don't know, hot dog stands, and I don't know, donut stand, and people selling a bunch of food that's heavily processed and has all the fiber removed, and high in sugar and fat, oil. Yeah, we're definitely not designed for that. So the first step, I think, is recognizing that most of the time people eat because they're bored, not because they're hungry, not because there's any biological reason to do it. It's actually much healthier to only eat when you're really hungry. I think wait until you're ravenous. You might feel a little tinge of hunger, but I think I may be wrong about that, but uh, like intermittent fasting, where you wake up, you don't eat anything until like maybe 7 o'clock at night, or yeah, I think when you eat is more important than what you eat. Like I never felt better than when I used to do like every other day eating. Like one day, just don't eat nothing and just water. Next day, okay, I'll eat if I get hungry, which usually like I might go to bed a little hungry, but then when I wake up, I'm not hungry, and also the volume of what you eat. Some people just eat one fruit a day. Like I've gone a day, ate 3 dates. That was it, and I felt fine. Or I've gone a day, the whole day. In the morning, I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat, and I went to the YMCA and I did 3 different classes. I think it was a yoga class, a Pilates class, and then a Tai Chi class. Oh, and then I went to a Taekwondo class at the Dragon Gym. So at night, of course, I was hungry, and all I ate was a lemon. That was it. I ate just a lemon, and I was fine. Um, yeah, it's like, were we really meant to eat cooked food? Because in cooked food probably invented the whole dental industry. Like, I think a lot of people who eat entirely raw diets, raw foods diets, they say they don't need to brush their teeth because, I mean, fruit does just pass through very quickly. Like, there's so much water content and everything. Oh, back to the, I want to talk about what is breatharianism to me. Um, it's also about receiving energy from other sources. Like, some of the people online talking about breatharianism say that breatharianism isn't about not eating. It's about being open to. Sorry. Not trip me in, not trip. So, alternative sources of energy. I think meditation is a good one. Yoga, or just relaxing. Do this with your hands. Builds up energy this way. Or sun gazing is a big one. Sun's main source of energy. You only really early in the morning, like really close to sunrise or sunset, like first day you do it, start with 10 seconds, next day 20 seconds, next day 30 seconds, and keep hanging on like that. Only when it feels comfortable to your eyes. And I mean, there have been nights I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm hungry, so I just go outside to look at the moon, watch the moon for a little, and I get less hungry. So I think the moon is, just a reflection of the sun, so it's the same energy. It's just, you can get your energy from the moon, I guess, too. And the stars. So it's just the ultimate source of light. I think a breatharian wouldn't. It's not about never eating or drinking. It's about maybe for like a breatharianism meal, just one breatharianism meal a day, or just a couple. They recognize you might not be hungry for lunch, so when everyone else is eating lunch, maybe you read a book, maybe you solve a puzzle, maybe you finish a connect the dots puzzle, open your third eye, maybe you color, maybe you enjoy coloring, do that instead of eating. Just find something like a distraction, some other way to. I also want to make this video about how I literally think the reason why the Europeans started coming over to the Americas was so that the Native Americans could teach them about the error of their ways, like how unsustainable their lifestyles were, and how they, as the Europeans lived in a climate that was so different from the original in Africa. Like Africa is hot and dry, and Europe cold and wet. It's like maybe the Europeans came over to try to learn about spirit or whatever. And the reason the like immigrants are here, the people who open yoga studios from India, I feel it's because they're here to teach us about, yoga is magic. Like, there's so many instances of people that once they start yoga, their life changes completely. So I think do it every day, yoga, and it doesn't even have to be a lot. Like, you don't have to turn on a YouTube video of like a teacher teaching you how to do yoga. You don't have to follow a routine. Just could be one move, and you hold that for like, I don't know, a minute, 5 minutes, or trunk twist, or look it up. Yoga, it's amazing. Meditate and think about what you eat and the conspiracy of carnism. Maybe I feel like that's something breatharianism is trying to get away from. The conspiracy of carnism, not just eating animals, but also eating so much, like 3 meals a day with snacks. We don't need to eat that much. Humans are designed to, like, food isn't as available in the wild. Bye.